The world of investing has seen an increasingly exotic number of players over the years, but owning a share in Australia's first Stradivarius has got to be one of the more unusual. The Australian Chamber Orchestra has taken a novel approach to getting hold of one of these extraordinary instruments, and this week issued a prospectus inviting punters to put a bit more diversity and philanthropy into their portfolios.
We have no idea exactly why this sound comes out of these instruments. It's got a real zing to the sound. It's like a diamond. It penetrates through the air.
That's the sound of a near 300-year-old $2 million Stradivarius, and it's now in the hands of the Australian Chamber Orchestra's assistant leader, Satu, Vanska.
It's important for us as string players to access the best possible instruments. They're our voice boxes.
Not only is this believed to be the first Australian-owned Strad, but it's also the first acquisition of the ACO Instrument Investment Fund.
Just like trading in stocks, you can buy shares in our instrument fund, and the beauty of it is that there's ever decreasing supply, as we all know, with these old instruments, and ever increasing demand. So that creates quite a healthy looking graph for a business investor.
While the fund stresses history is no guarantee of future performance, investing in fine instruments has produced returns of 7%.
It can be assumed that you need to have a passion for music or even knowledge, but that's a false assumption. You can view this really strictly as an investment whereby you will gain from it, you'll make a capital gain.
Richard Tognetti believes the novelty of the fund is its appeal to both investor and philanthropist.
The prices being asked of violins are up to tens of millions of dollars. Certainly there exists no violinist on the planet who can, from their earnings as a musician, afford a Stradivarius violin. And so they did quite a lot of repair work, but it's still very strong. You're not just buying anonymous stocks, you're actually owning something that is incredible. And it's being played, and so you can turn up to a concert and see your instrument being played on a stage anywhere in Australia and often throughout the world. It's our hope that we can develop this scheme so that other people will want to invest in it and will buy, hopefully, different instruments. We're also going to invest in names such as Guadagnini and lesser known instruments so that the whole orchestra eventually has access to really fine instruments.
The Australian Chamber Orchestra has returned its 8th surplus in as many years.
If we don't run the Australian Chamber Orchestra as a business, we would simply collapse. But we're small, we're efficient, but we need this philanthropy.
Richard Tognetti says charitable support for the arts in Australia has improved, but still lags the US and Europe.
There are some great philanthropists in this country, but there are a hell of a lot of people who have a hell of a lot of money, and I don't think that they're really aware that, you know, without culture, without an artistically vibrant character, that a country isn't going to develop. I have always enormous plans and dreams. I thought it was going to be cows could fly before we built up an instrument fund, and here we are with a fully fledged instrument fund. We've got a board of directors who are right behind it, supporting it as a business venture, and we have instruments in the fund. So this is one thing that happened much faster. It ramped up much faster than I thought it would.